What if I told you that a small hypercar manufacturer from Sweden is about to introduce technology that doesn't exist on any other vehicle in the world, and they're just getting started? This is the story of how one company is about to fundamentally change everything we thought we knew about high-performance automobiles and reshape an entire industry in the process. For decades, the automotive world has been dominated by established players: Ferrari in Italy, Lamborghini, Porsche in Germany, and countless other manufacturers with centuries of combined history. These are the names that have defined what it means to build an exceptional car. But in a quiet corner of southern Sweden, in a former airfield that most people have never even heard of, something extraordinary has been happening for the past 30 years. A company called Koenigsegg has been quietly revolutionizing what's possible in automotive engineering, and in 2026, they're about to make moves that will send shockwaves through the entire car market. The story begins with a man named Christian von Koenigsegg, who founded this company back in 1994 with nothing but an idea and an unrelenting passion for pushing boundaries. He believed that you could build world-class hypercars in Sweden, not in the traditional heartland of automotive excellence. This seemed impossible at the time. It still seems impossible to most people. But Christian and his team proved everyone wrong. They've been proving everyone wrong for nearly 3 decades now. And right now, in 2026, they're about to prove everyone wrong on a much larger scale than ever before. The announcement that's capturing everyone's attention involves multiple layers, and each one is more significant than the last. First, there's the automotive side. Koenigsegg has revealed that they're developing 2 completely new supercars that will debut in 2026. Not just minor updates or tweaked versions of existing models, but entirely new vehicles built on revolutionary platforms. The first car will represent the final evolution of their existing Jesko platform, pushing that already incredible foundation to its absolute limits with refinements that have never been attempted before. But it's the second car that's truly game-changing. This vehicle will debut a completely new mid-engine platform that Koenigsegg has been developing in secret for years. And here's where it gets really interesting. According to CEO Christian von Koenigsegg himself, this new platform will feature unexpected technological innovations that cannot be found on any other vehicle on the entire planet. Not just innovations that are rare or difficult to find, not improvements on existing technology, but completely new concepts that Koenigsegg has pioneered and developed internally. The company has been exploring numerous promising design ideas and testing various hypotheses for viability. Some of these technologies are so advanced that they're not even supposed to become public knowledge until they're ready for full revelation. But what we know is that Koenigsegg is working on something special, something that will make every other hypercar on the road look old-fashioned by comparison. Now, to understand just how significant this is, you need to understand the current state of Koenigsegg as a company. This isn't some garage startup anymore. When Koenigsegg started in 1994, the company had a handful of employees. Today, in 2026, Koenigsegg employs 850 people. That's a roughly 570% increase in workforce since 2020 alone. They've expanded their facilities, upgraded their manufacturing capabilities, and brought in top talent from around the world. They've also begun shipping vehicles to customers at a scale that was previously unimaginable for the company. In 2025 alone, Koenigsegg delivered 56 complete vehicles. Each of these cars is priced between $2.8 million and $4 million. Do the math. That's over $150 million in revenue from a single year of deliveries alone. But here's what makes the announcement even bigger than the new cars. Because alongside these vehicle announcements, Koenigsegg has also signaled that the company is preparing for something that could fundamentally alter its trajectory forever. The company is seriously exploring going public with an initial public offering. This is enormous news. Think about what this means. Right now, Koenigsegg is a private company owned primarily by Christian von Koenigsegg and his wife Haldora. If they go public, everything changes. They would have access to massive amounts of capital. They could accelerate their expansion plans. They could build new manufacturing facilities. They could increase production from the current tiny numbers to something much more substantial while still maintaining exclusivity. They could invest more heavily in research and development. They could license their innovative technologies to other manufacturers. The possibilities are literally endless. And this isn't just speculation. This is actually happening. The company already took a major step in 2024 by selling a 6% stake to Chieftain Capital Management, a New York-based financial management firm, for $58 million. That single transaction valued the entire company at approximately $1 billion. $1 billion for a company that makes fewer than 100 cars per year. To put that in perspective, Ferrari, which is already a publicly traded company, has a market capitalization that's many times higher than that. But Ferrari makes thousands of cars per year. Koenigsegg makes fewer than 100. This valuation tells you everything you need to know about how the market views the company and its potential. Since that stake sale, Koenigsegg has been laying the groundwork for a potential public offering. They've restructured the company to operate as a public limited company, which is a legal requirement for going public. They've brought in 2 high-level executives from Volvo, who were instrumental in Volvo's 2021 initial public offering. Johan Ekdahl joined as Chief Financial Officer. Rosemarie Soderbaum joined as General Counsel. These aren't random hires. These are strategic placements of experienced individuals who know exactly how to take a company public and manage the transition. Investment bankers have been visiting the Koenigsegg factory in Ängelholm, Sweden. These aren't just casual visits. When investment bankers start visiting a company's manufacturing facility, it's because they're doing serious due diligence for a major financial transaction. CEO Haldora von Koenigsegg, who runs the company alongside her husband Christian, has publicly stated that an IPO is definitely on the table. She's been careful to say that there's no specific timeline yet, but the company is seriously exploring the possibility. She emphasized that neither she nor Christian are looking for an exit strategy. They're not trying to sell the company and cash out. Instead, they see an IPO as a way to access capital for future growth and opportunities that they haven't even anticipated yet. She also mentioned that going public could allow Koenigsegg's 850 employees to take stakes in the company, which would align their interests with long-term success and attract even more top talent to the organization. To understand why this is so revolutionary, consider what happened with Ferrari. Ferrari went public several years ago. The IPO was priced at $52 per share. Today, that stock trades for over $300 per share. That's a return of nearly 580% in just a few years. If Koenigsegg were to go public at a reasonable valuation and experience even a fraction of that growth, the company could expand to a level that nobody currently thinks is possible. They could become a truly global powerhouse while still maintaining their brand exclusivity and their reputation for uncompromising performance and innovation. But let's talk about what the actual technology and products look like. The new supercars coming in 2026 represent the culmination of years of research and development. The first of these new vehicles will represent the ultimate evolution of the Jesko platform. For those who don't know, the Jesko is already one of the most advanced production cars in the world. It features a 5.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine that produces over 1,600 horsepower. It's paired with a hybrid electric system that adds even more power and efficiency. The transmission is a completely new design developed internally by Koenigsegg. Engineers. It's a 9-speed multi-clutch system that manages power delivery with precision that's simply not possible with traditional transmissions. The last Jesko variant will push all of this even further. We can expect even more power, even more refinement, and even more capability than the already incredible current generation. But the truly revolutionary vehicle is the second new supercar with the mid-engine platform. This is where Koenigsegg is planning to introduce those unexpected technological innovations. Without knowing exactly what these innovations are, we can make some educated guesses based on what we know about Koenigsegg's current projects and stated goals. The company has been developing proprietary electric motor technology called dark matter motors. These are incredibly efficient, incredibly powerful electric motors that Koenigsegg has engineered entirely in-house. They've also been working on free valve technology, which is a revolutionary camless engine design that allows engines to achieve unprecedented levels of performance and efficiency by precisely controlling valve timing without using traditional camshafts. They're also working on new hybrid systems that combine these electric motors with advanced internal combustion engines in ways that have never been attempted before. The new mid-engine platform could potentially incorporate any of these technologies in combinations that create something truly revolutionary. Perhaps it's a new engine design, perhaps it's a revolutionary new transmission system, perhaps it's an entirely new approach to power delivery and handling dynamics. Perhaps it's active aerodynamics or weight-saving materials that simply don't exist anywhere else in the automotive industry. The truth is, Koenigsegg is being deliberately vague because they want to surprise the world with what they've accomplished. And that's exactly what they're going to do when they unveil this car in late 2026. What makes all of this even more significant is the production challenge that Koenigsegg is currently facing. Right now, customers who want to buy a new Koenigsegg have to wait between 4 and 10 years for delivery. That's an absolutely staggering wait time. In the luxury automotive market, wait times of 2 to 3 years are already considered extreme. A 10-year wait is essentially unthinkable. But Koenigsegg wants to change this. The company has stated that they want to reduce the wait time to just 2 years. That's an incredibly ambitious goal, but it's achievable if the company can significantly increase production capacity. And an IPO would give them the capital necessary to do exactly that. Think about what this means for the industry. Right now, the wait times are so long that most people who want a Koenigsegg simply cannot get one in any reasonable time frame. If Koenigsegg doubles or triples production capacity, more customers can actually get their hands on these incredible vehicles. This would increase revenue dramatically. It would increase the company's market presence. It would make Koenigsegg into a household name rather than a name that only die-hard car enthusiasts and ultra-wealthy collectors recognize. This is transformational for the brand. Now let's talk about why the CEO's recent comments about electric vehicles are so important to this narrative. Christian von Koenigsegg has been very clear that Koenigsegg will not be going fully electric in the near future. He stated that the appetite in the market for fully electric Koenigsegg's is extremely low. His reasoning is profound and worth understanding. He believes that what makes a Koenigsegg special is not just the performance numbers, it's the sensory experience, it's the throbbing of the engine, it's the pumping of the pistons, it's the heat radiating from the exhaust, it's the sounds produced by the engine and transmission, it's the mechanical shifts that you can feel in your bones. An electric car, no matter how fast it might be, cannot deliver that experience. It's too sterile, it's too robotic. It's like comparing a mechanical Swiss watch to a quartz watch. Sure, the quartz watch is more accurate, but the mechanical watch has soul, it has character, it has the kind of artisanal quality that can never be replicated by a machine. This philosophy is actually attracting a certain class of customer. There are collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate the fact that Koenigsegg is committed to internal combustion engines paired with hybrid electric systems. They appreciate that Koenigsegg is not just following the electric vehicle trend because everyone else is. They appreciate that the company is staying true to its core mission of building exciting, engaging, emotionally resonant vehicles that deliver an unforgettable driving experience. This is actually a competitive advantage in a market where many other manufacturers are rushing headlong into full electrification without thinking carefully about what customers actually want. The hybrid approach that Koenigsegg is taking represents something important. The company's flagship vehicle, the Gemera, combines a 5-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine with an advanced hybrid electric system to produce over 2,300 horsepower. This is not a compromise. This is not a car. That's only good at one thing. This is a vehicle that excels at everything. It's fast in a straight line. It's agile in the corners. It's efficient on long-distance drives. It offers the raw performance and sensory experience of a true hypercar with the efficiency advantages of modern hybrid technology. This is the formula that Koenigsegg is perfecting with the new platforms coming in 2026. Let's discuss what this means for the broader automotive industry. The car industry has been facing a fundamental challenge for the past decade. Traditional manufacturers like General Motors, Ford, and Volkswagen are struggling to adapt to new technologies and changing consumer preferences. Tesla came along and revolutionized what people expect from electric vehicles. But now we're in a phase where the easy gains have been made. The automotive industry is fragmenting. Some companies are going all in on electric vehicles. Some companies are doubling down on internal combustion engines. Some companies, like Koenigsegg, are finding innovative middle ground. Some companies are completely reimagining what vehicles should be. Koenigsegg's announcement tells us that the future of high-performance automobiles is not going to be dominated by a single technology or philosophy. Instead, it's going to be characterized by diversity, innovation, and companies that are willing to challenge conventional wisdom. This is particularly important in the hypercar and ultra-luxury vehicle segment. This is a market where customers have essentially unlimited money and will pay premium prices for truly exceptional vehicles. These customers don't want the same thing that everyone else has. They want vehicles that are truly unique, truly advanced, and truly representative of the absolute cutting edge of automotive engineering. Koenigsegg understands this market better than almost any other manufacturer. They're not trying to make cars for the masses. They're not trying to achieve the highest sales numbers. They're focused on making the absolute best vehicles that money can buy and delivering them to customers who will appreciate them at the deepest level. The Gemera production line that Koenigsegg recently ramped up is particularly significant. This is the company's first 4-seater vehicle, meaning it can accommodate a small family. For decades, hypercars were exclusively 2-seaters. The Gemera changed that. It's a vehicle that can transport 4 adults in absolute luxury while delivering hypercar-level performance. This opened up a completely new market segment that didn't really exist before. And the new mid-engine platform coming in 2026 could introduce even more innovative vehicle concepts that challenge everything we think we know about car categories and definitions. When you step back and look at the totality of what Koenigsegg is announcing in 2026, it becomes clear that this is not just a company making new cars. This is a company that's on the verge of a transformational expansion. The IPO would provide the capital. The new vehicle platforms would provide the technology and the product lineup. The expanded manufacturing capacity would provide the ability to serve customers more efficiently. The new leadership team, with experience from major automakers, would provide the organizational expertise needed to manage growth. All of these pieces are coming together at exactly the right time. Consider the current state of the global luxury automotive market. Ferrari is the market leader in ultra-luxury performance vehicles. Lamborghini competes in a similar segment, but focuses more on pure speed and visual drama. Porsche has the brand recognition and the tradition. But Koenigsegg has something that none of these competitors have. Koenigsegg has freedom. They're not constrained by a century of tradition. They're not limited by legacy platforms and manufacturing facilities designed for a different era. They can innovate without worrying about cannibalizing sales of existing models. They can take risks that traditional manufacturers simply cannot afford to take, and they're using this freedom to stay ahead of the competition. The two-seater assembly line that Koenigsegg has established is running efficiently. The company has learned how to manufacture these incredibly complex vehicles with remarkable consistency and quality control. Every car that leaves the factory is essentially hand-built by specialists who understand every single system at the deepest level. But the company is also implementing manufacturing innovations that allow for greater production volumes without sacrificing quality. This is a delicate balance, but Koenigsegg is managing it effectively. One thing that's particularly interesting about the current moment is that Koenigsegg is profitable. They're making money. They're not dependent on venture capital funding or bridge loans. They're not burning through cash, trying to achieve an impossible vision. They're a profitable company with increasing revenues and a solid financial foundation. This makes an IPO much more attractive to potential investors. This is not a company that needs to go public to survive. This is a company going public because they want access to capital to accelerate their growth plans and expand opportunities. That's an incredibly strong position for a company to be in when approaching public markets. The fact that the company has grown from 150 employees to 850 in just 6 years demonstrates remarkable organizational capacity. The company has figured out how to scale while maintaining its core values and its commitment to excellence. Many companies fail when they try to grow. They lose the entrepreneurial spirit. They become bureaucratic. They stop innovating. Koenigsegg has managed to grow dramatically without losing any of its edge. The company is still hungry. The leadership is still visionary. The engineering teams are still pushing boundaries. This cultural preservation during a period of rapid growth is actually rarer than you might think. Let's talk about the global implications of what Koenigsegg is doing. Sweden is a small country. It's not traditionally known as a center of automotive innovation in the way that Germany or Italy are, but Koenigsegg has put Sweden on the map in the hypercar world. The company has demonstrated that you can build world-class vehicles anywhere if you have the right people, the right philosophy, and the right determination. This is inspiring other Swedish companies and other startups around the world. If a small hypercar company in the middle of Sweden can compete with Italy's Ferrari and Germany's Porsche, what else is possible? This mindset shift is beginning to influence how people think about innovation and entrepreneurship in the automotive space. Looking forward to the rest of 2026 and into 2027, we can expect some major announcements. The new supercars will debut sometime in 2026. The IPO timeline is still uncertain, but it's likely to happen sometime in 2026 or early 2027 based on the groundwork that's being laid. The company might also announce partnerships or technology licensing deals that could generate significant revenue streams. The company might also announce new product variants or special editions that push the boundaries of what's been done before. Each of these announcements will send ripples through the automotive industry and continue to establish Koenigsegg as a leader in high-performance vehicle innovation. The competition response will be interesting to watch. Ferrari will likely feel pressure to introduce something equally revolutionary. Lamborghini might accelerate their own advanced technology programs. Porsche, with its massive resources, could potentially make a major competitive move. But here's the thing. By the time these companies respond, Koenigsegg will have already moved on to the next innovation. This is the advantage of being small, agile, and unburdened by legacy considerations. The large companies have to manage their existing product lines. They have to maintain backward compatibility with existing technologies and systems. Koenigsegg can simply reinvent itself with each new generation. The customer response to these announcements has been positive. The wait lists for Koenigsegg vehicles are already incredibly long. When the new vehicles are announced, we can expect the wait times to extend even further. Some customers might actually decide to wait for the new platforms rather than buying existing models. This could create interesting dynamics in the used Koenigsegg market. Older models might actually appreciate in value as they become rarer and more collectible, or they might depreciate as customers specifically seek out the newest and most advanced vehicles. Either way, the secondary market for Koenigsegg vehicles will be fascinating to observe. The technology licensing opportunities are particularly interesting. Koenigsegg has developed dark matter electric motors. Other manufacturers might want to license this technology for their own vehicles. Koenigsegg has developed free valve engine technology. Truck manufacturers and other automotive companies might be interested in licensing this innovation for their own products. If Koenigsegg becomes comfortable with licensing its core technologies, it could open up an entirely new revenue stream that has nothing to do with manufacturing vehicles. This could actually be more profitable than building cars. This could transform Koenigsegg from a hypercar manufacturer into a technology company that happens to make hypercars. When you understand all of these layers, the announcement becomes staggeringly significant. This is not just about 2 new cars. This is about a company that's on the verge of transforming the entire automotive industry from multiple different angles simultaneously. Koenigsegg is innovating at the technology level. They're innovating at the business model level with an IPO and potential technology licensing. They're innovating at the manufacturing level with new approaches to producing incredibly complex vehicles at higher volumes. They're innovating at the market level by creating entirely new vehicle categories like the 4-seater Gemera. The implications are profound. In 5 years, the automotive landscape could look completely different if Koenigsegg executes successfully on all of these plans. In 10 years, it might be almost unrecognizable. Koenigsegg might be a $100 billion company with operations around the world. The company might be licensing technology to dozens of other manufacturers. The company might be producing thousands of vehicles per year instead of hundreds. Or perhaps the company will deliberately stay small and exclusive, using an IPO to generate capital, but remaining focused on ultra-limited production runs of incredibly special vehicles. Either way, the journey that's beginning right now in 2026 is going to be absolutely remarkable to witness. The automotive industry is at a crossroads. Traditional manufacturers are struggling with the transition to new technologies. New manufacturers are trying to establish themselves in an incredibly competitive market. Koenigsegg has figured out a formula that works. They've built a company that makes incredible vehicles, maintains profitability, attracts world-class talent, and continues to innovate at the highest levels. They're not distracted by trends. They're not following the herd. They're charting their own course and inviting the market to follow them. And based on everything we've seen so far, the market is absolutely following. The customers are there, the capital is available, the technology is ready, the leadership is in place, everything is aligned for Koenigsegg to make their biggest moves yet. Beyond the immediate automotive announcements, there's a broader economic story here. Koenigsegg's decision to go public signals confidence and strong demand for ultra-luxury vehicles. This market is relatively recession-proof because it's driven by desire and aspiration. A customer who wants a Koenigsegg isn't buying it because they need transportation. They're buying it for the most incredible driving experience possible and to own something that represents the pinnacle of engineering. The supply and demand dynamics in the hypercar market are fascinating. Right now, demand far exceeds supply. There are hundreds of customers who want a Koenigsegg but can't get one due to the long wait list. This represents enormous untapped revenue potential. If Koenigsegg increases production to 200 cars per year from 90, they would have instant demand. The company must balance producing enough cars to satisfy demand while maintaining the exclusivity that makes the brand so desirable. The technology development cycle leading to this moment has been years in the making. Koenigsegg didn't suddenly decide to go public. These carefully planned moves represent years of strategic thinking. The company has been testing technologies in the real world, collecting data on customer preferences, and refining manufacturing processes. All of this preparation has led to this pivotal moment. Christian von Koenigsegg founded the company with a specific vision. He wanted to build the absolute best cars without compromise. He didn't want cars for everyone, but for people who appreciated true excellence. His wife Haldora joined the company and now takes a prominent leadership role. Their shared vision and commitment to core principles has kept Koenigsegg from chasing trends. This family approach has proven to be a significant competitive advantage. The manufacturing facility in Ängelholm, Sweden shows this commitment everywhere. It's not a massive automated facility with thousands of robots, but an intimate place where highly skilled craftspeople work meticulously on each vehicle. This is slow manufacturing in the best sense. Every component is scrutinized, every assembly is refined, every vehicle is tested extensively before leaving the factory. This ensures every Koenigsegg reaches customers absolutely perfect with no compromises or recalls. The investor response to Koenigsegg's IPO plans has been overwhelmingly positive. Investment bankers are lining up to be involved in this offering. The $1 billion valuation is attractive because it represents a discount to what analysts believe the company will be worth in coming years. If Koenigsegg executes on growth plans while maintaining profitability and reputation, the stock could appreciate significantly after the IPO. The ripple effects of Koenigsegg's announcements are already felt throughout the automotive industry. Manufacturers are wondering if they need to step up their game. Suppliers are curious if Koenigsegg might become a major customer. Technology companies wonder about partnerships. Investors want to get in on the IPO. Media outlets are covering announcements extensively because the story is genuinely compelling. Automotive enthusiasts worldwide come out and follow every detail and speculate about new technologies. This attention generates massive free publicity through innovative announcements. This is just the beginning of an extraordinary journey. In the coming months and years, we're going to witness something special. We'll see new technologies that will influence the entire automotive industry. We'll see a company prove that size doesn't matter with the right vision and execution. We'll see a business model showing you can be profitable and exclusive while growing rapidly. We'll see what's possible when you challenge every assumption about how cars should be built. Koenigsegg has already changed the game. Now they're changing it again, and the automotive world will never be the same. The future of high-performance automobiles is being written right now in Sweden, and it's going to be extraordinary.